Welcome to Teachers Comments, a platform that brings to you the contents in the Teachers Comments section of the Seventh-Day Adventist Adult Study Guide. We are welcoming you to the third quarter of the year, and we want to give an introduction to the lesson. We have just finished an interesting topic or theme in the previous quarter, which says the great controversy. And we are being introduced to a new theme in this third quarter of the year. And the theme that will run throughout this quarter, or the major talk of this quarter, is the book of Mark, the Gospel of Mark. So I'm giving an introduction to this lesson as it is in our study guide. Let's go. The Gospel of Mark. From the beginning of Mark, the reader knows who Jesus is, the Messiah, the Son of God, in Mark 1 verses 1. However, people in the story struggle with understanding just who he is and what he is all about, except for those who has demons. They will know exactly who Jesus is. The demons recognize him and wither before his mighty words. But Jesus rather consistently commands that they keep the information quiet. Why this command for secrecy? Bible students for centuries have mulled over this question. It even has a name in scholarship, the Messianic secret. Why would a gospel want us to keep quiet about who Jesus is? What will become clear in this journey through the Gospel of Mark is that not only is there secrecy in this book, there also is amazing revelation. It can rightly be called the revelation or secrecy motive, and it runs through the Gospel of Mark. Although at the end of this book, all the secrecy is surprisingly replaced with a powerful revelation of Jesus. Mark can be divided into two distinct sections, halves. Actually, chapter 1 through near the end of chapter 8 deals with the crucial question, who is Jesus? The answer is displayed in his teachings and his miracles. Again and again, he defeats evil, brings hope to the oppressed, and teaches compelling truths that cut to the heart of human existence. All this shouts to the reader that he is the Messiah, the Christ whom the Hebrew people have long been awaiting. However, it is not until the middle of the book that someone not demon-possessed rightly declares who he is, thereby answering the question of the first half of the book about Christ's identity. And that person is Peter, who declares, "You are the Christ," in Mark 8 verse 29. The second half of Mark, from Mark 8 verse 31 to the end of the book, answers the question, where is Jesus going? The answer is shocking. He is going to the cross, the most ignominious and shameful manner of death in the Roman world. And it is such an unexpected destination for the Messiah, who his followers think will defeat Rome and establish Israel as a powerful nation. Jesus' bubbling disciples cannot fathom what he is saying. As the book progresses, they ask less and less about this painful topic until finally they are reduced to silence in the face of the unwelcome truth. Things look gloomier and gloomier when Jesus confronts the religious leaders who plot his demise. The disciples, hopeful of a glorious kingdom, are shocked by an arrest, trial, and crucifixion that defies their expectations. But through all this, Jesus gives a clear and consistent message of where he is going and what it means that he will die and rise again. The bread and the cup of the Last Supper will represent his body and blood, and he will become a ransom for many. This does not mean he went to the cross in stoic calmness. In Gethsemane, he struggles with the decision, and on the cross, he cries out in despair, my God, why have you forsaken me?" The Gospel of Mark shows us the darkness that Christ experienced and the cost of our salvation. But the cross is not the end of the journey. After his resurrection, he plans a meeting with his disciples in Galilee, and as we know, the Christian church began. It is a most remarkable story told in a terse, fast-moving style with little commentary from the gospel writer himself. He simply tells the story and then lets the words, the deeds, the actions speak for themselves regarding the life and death of Jesus of Nazareth. The Gospel of Mark shows us the darkness that Christ experienced, the cost of our salvation. So I pray that as we explore through the lessons of this quarter, that God will endow us with His wisdom for understanding and implementation. Amen.